Good day everyone, and on today's video the next levels that we're looking at after Bitcoin tested its triangle. Okay, and now on the Bitcoin 12-hour chart. But again, just briefly to go over some statements from the last video, I did mention that just as long as Bitcoin did hold its strong support that it was currently near or on, that very good chance, high probability, it would go ahead then and test this triangle. Well, it did hold support and it did test the triangle, right? With several retests after price action consolidating, and currently we have price action holding onto this 9 exponential, consolidating very nicely and looking good at the moment. So at that time, I didn't jump into a Bitcoin trade, although it did give you several good opportunities to jump in. And if you wanted to, I did jump into an Ethereum trade, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that in a moment. Okay, so currently I do have this bullish target here of around 10,800, and there's a short-term target. We're looking at it around 9,895. Again, that line has played a significant role many times throughout Bitcoin's price action. But let's go ahead and take a closer look over at the 4-hour, and we could even get a better look at how many times price action did test and retest the triangle, right? So we did have Bitcoin going through this parallel channel, did have a breakdown, but it held and had some strong sideways consolidation, which is good, right? Then we had price action jump above this 9 exponential, gave you an opportunity to jump in if you believed in the trade, and also another opportunity above the channel here and this 20 simple moving average, right? So you could have set a stop loss also below this volume profile and just waited out the trade. But ultimately, we did have that major impulsive move to the upside, and we had target exceed expectation well above 10,000, hitting almost 10.3. I would have jumped out of the trade once price failed and came back below this 9,895 level. That's the point I would have jumped out. But again, we had some retests of the triangle here, doji candle breakdown, which is fine because we did have a very strong impulsive move to the upside, parabolic run, you could say. But it did hold the 9 exponential, which is always a bullish shine for me on the 4-hour till 4-hour does break down. So again, just continue to hold that 9 exponential, more tests, but we just can't get above this triangle here, consolidation, and this 9,895, which has always been an important level for me. Basically, bearish underneath, bullish above, right? That's how I'm looking at things now. But again, right now we have price coming down into a descending channel, or a flag, you could say. We could take a quick look at that. Looked at it briefly before. Again, yeah, briefly like that. You could see that it's going into a descending channel. We could have a little pop, again, maybe to this 9,895. And I want to see if we get rejection or some strong consolidation, price action above it to have a continued move to the upside. And I do have a bullish target here of around 10,800. And again, I could take out the Fibonacci extension tool here just to show how I came up with that target. Again, low to high. And we just follow price action and look for confluence, right? So again, I took a position currently now, though I didn't take one before, at 9,060, I believe. Posted that in the Discord as I did it. Still holding on to that trade, and I will continue to do so as long as it holds this Fibonacci level here of around roughly 9,000 and this next level here of 9,700. So those are the levels that I'm looking at. And again, of course, it's 9,895. I want to see it get above this fib, get some consolidation, get above this 9,895, and possibly go over to that 0.618, the all-important 618, right? So again, that's going to be my target if we have a breakout out of this descending channel, flag, whatever you want to call it. I want to see that have a breakout, some strong consolidation above this 9895 to get to that target. But again, I took a position here because it's on the Fibonacci level, and as long as that holds, I'm going to hold the position. So those are the levels that I'm looking at, roughly between 9.7 and 9,000 for Bitcoin. But let's go ahead and just look at Ethereum quick. Okay, and on the 4-hour chart now with Ethereum, okay, we had the modified shift pitchfork on this chart, and again, we had price action hold this level here. And I did say in the last video to keep an eye on the 164.51 level. That was an important one to watch. So once price action did exceed that level, jump above the 9 exponential moving average, I did pay attention at that point. And once we got to the 20 simple moving average, I jumped into a position at that point. Okay, and a brief look at the Ethereum 4-hour chart. And again, I had the modified shift pitchfork set up with the Ethereum chart on this one. And we had price action hold this level, had some nice consolidation. Once price jumped above this 9 exponential moving average, started paying attention. And I did say in the previous video to take a look at the 164.51 to keep an eye on that one. So when price action did move to the upside past that level, started paying attention, and once we got to the blue 20 simple moving averages when I jumped into position, because things were looking strong, we were getting a real nice impulsive move, and I was ready to jump out if we did have failure. But again, we did have that nice, very strong impulsive move to the upside, and as price action was running to the north, I did post in the Discord that around 196.52 I was going to be looking to jump out of the position, because again, significant level has played a role in the past. So when we did get to that level, again, I was paying attention, and I jumped out exactly 197. So I got out of that trade at a very good moment. Happy obviously with catching near bottom to near top. So again, now we have price action just consolidating on these moving averages. Very hard to tell where it's going to go from here. Again, we have this 196.52 level that I'm going to always be paying attention to, and again down to this 164.51. So again, Ethereum, no trade zone right now, right in the middle of moving averages, right in the middle of a zone. Again, Bitcoin looking at that $9,700 to $9,000 range, have a position right around the 9,060, and just will continue to monitor the situation. Okay, so that's just a brief look at Ethereum, and again, let's just look at EOS briefly, because it does have this very long descending channel that it's currently in. Okay, so on EOS we can see obviously that it's in its long running descending channel here, right? And those have a high probability of breaking to the upside. So unfortunately, I wasn't around to take a position around this 253 level, 250 level, which with the descending channel having a higher probability of breaking to the upside would be the only area I'd be interested in checking in for a long, right? So if it does get back down to this 240 level, 240 level, I'd be looking for a long there to try to catch a pop to the upside with a stop loss not too far underneath, right? Whatever point you're comfortable with. So if it does break to the downside, not too much harm, not too much foul, right? So if we do get that break to the upside, I'd roughly be looking at a target of around $5 with some resistance at this 425 level. So if it does break to the upside, if I'm able to get in a position here, that's where I'd be looking at around 420, 425 for some resistance. If it breaks there, I'd be looking at the $5 level. So that's what I'm looking at for EOS. Again, with Bitcoin, just looking at 9,000 to roughly 9,700 area. Have that long position running from close to that $9,000 level. So again, just monitoring everything and seeing where it goes from here. So with that said, I'm going to leave the video here for today. I do hope everyone is well. wish everyone luck with their trades, and thanks for tuning into the tavern.